I guarantee you after this video, you will never charge a monthly retainer ever again after I reveal this offer that allows your clients to be worth multiple 5 figures per month and multiple 6 figures per year. And it's going to take you away from the SMMA cold outreach hamster wheel where you're constantly trying to acquire new clients all of the time, that your business just becomes more stressful to work than actually having a 9-to-5 job. And the reason why I quit my 9-to-5 sales job was because I wanted a business where, you know, clients could be worth a lot. I didn't have to stress about where the next client's going to come from, and money just comes into my bank account. Okay, so I'm going to be revealing this offer here and how you can actually start living a pretty cool life, travel the world, because like I said, you don't need to be constantly trying to acquire new clients all of the time, right? So before we get into it, let me just reveal the niche of the offer that I'm going to be talking about. Just want to go straight into it and provide as much value as possible, okay? So obviously, in 2024, the global creator economy is worth nearly over $156 billion and is expected to hit $528 billion by 2030. And you're still going after local businesses or anything like this. You need to be in this creator era, because if you look at anybody online, if you look at people like Andrew Tate, for example, if you have a look at people like Iman Gadzi, if you have people like Jordan Welsh, these people are creators, okay? It is by far the most lucrative, explosive business model that I've ever seen online. It's how everybody's making a ton of money. So by being in this $528 billion industry, you're going to get really, really rich, okay? So what do I mean by this? Obviously, I mean like stuff like info products, stuff like paid community, stuff like high-ticket programs. So obviously, Iman Gadzi has sells a bunch of info products. Tate info product / paid community, you could argue. Jordan Welsh paid community, and then like with back-end softwares, etc., right? Increasing his MRR. So by being here as a service provider, you can expect to take a little bit of this pie here and go from there, okay? Now, in order for you to do this at scale, you're not going to just sell short-form content, or you're not going to just sell edits, okay? The new era of running offers, that's actually going to allow you to charge high per client and not be wiped out by AI or cheap freelancers that can do your service, is by doing this offer here, which I'm going to reveal now, okay? So essentially what you want to be selling in the market is a full stack growth service. If you have a look, if you know people like Nick Cosman, he talks about this all the time. I'm a big fan. But this is essentially what you want to be doing if you actually want to make money in this industry nowadays, because we are in 2024, right? And in 2024, you need to understand that the market has such access to just go to AI or hire cheap freelancers to do your service that you can't not afford just to provide big value for your offer, okay? So let me walk through what this kind of looks like, okay? Some of you may call this like growth operating, but we're not going to be just making a paid school community and hoping that you're going to get rich, okay? This is how you're actually going to format it, structure it, and how we're doing it, okay? So as you can see here, I've just blurred out my client's face here, but this is a call that we have with one of our creator clients. This is my business partner here. This is me. And we were just building out, first of all, in the onboarding, a full business audit growth plan, okay? So instead of just, for example, delivering your service regardless of where the client is, now you're actually restructuring. So we were going over a free community, an email list, YouTube long form, how to nurture sales, emails, triage callers, book call, qualify, etc., right? So instead of just delivering the service regardless of where the client is, by just saying like, okay, well, the client is here, their offer's okay, but I'm just going to like kind of deliver my service regardless, which some of you are doing, you don't actually control your client's revenue, okay? Because if the client, for example, offer doesn't work, right? It's not positioned to the market well, and you deliver your, for example, just ordinary content service, or even your appointment setting service, which some of you may have, or even your email service, or whatever it is, okay? All these commodities that I can just pay someone $200 to go do. If the client isn't printing, so say the client isn't printing, they're going to come to you and they're going to complain, okay? So this is a message emoji, somehow. They're going to complain. Now, your service might be fine here, but because their offer isn't good, because their plan isn't good, because their whole business structure isn't optimized, you aren't going to make money, and they're just going to churn from your service. And when you churn, you go broke, okay? So it's really, really important to understand. But by building a growth service, by releasing these services, you allow control over your client, right? And this was a 2-hour 30 call, I believe. The second phase is obviously content integration, okay? So at the top of the funnel, how are we going to get leads into this business, okay? So obviously a full content growth infrastructure. This is one of our editors on the 13th, so a couple of days ago, just sending over his daily reports of like what videos were created, what he was doing. This is us scripting out a YouTube video for our client, just like the framework of the video. So instead of just doing edits and shorts, like, you know, just doing that, you actually have a management infrastructure. This is the exact sheet that we use for our clients. So we have an ideas phase, a planning phase, a research phase, a writing phase, recording phase, editing phase, etc. We have editors who do the stuff, and then we do the scripting, etc. So it's kind of like a content. This phase of it is a content management infrastructure, and when you can do this, like I said, you can print a lot of money, right? And by all of these people here doing this exact thing, we had a one-on-one student come on board literally like 2 days ago. In his first day in the program, at 14 years old, this guy is an absolute killer. He closed a $2,500 setup fee plus 20% rev share, right? So when you do this, and he's delivering this same infrastructure that we plug and played for him, you're able to charge these fees even if you're a 14-year-old just one day, right? Have a closing 14,000 deals, you know, closing 3K deals, closing 3K US deals, cash collecting 7K in a week. Closing 2.5k deals, closing 3.2k deals, 3.3k deals, right? Having 16k weeks, 3k deals plus rev share, 14k deals plus 50% rev share, right? You're another one here, closing a 5-figure deal. You're only able to do this when you have a full infrastructure. If these clients here, these are my one-on-one guys, if they just delivered like edits or setting or emails, their deals would be broke, okay? They wouldn't be able to charge 14k. They wouldn't be able to come in as a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old 1 day in and close a 2.5k deal plus 20% rev share, right? Absolutely crazy stuff. And the market's reacting to this really well, right? Like an actual good service. So once you've got the content, once you sort out the content infrastructure, it's about conversion, okay? So we're done optimization, we're done top of the funnel. Now we need to focus on middle of the funnel. So for our clients, we implement conversion mechanisms to make sure that they can actually convert the attention, okay? So we're not just leaving it up to the algorithm gods or the client's current offer to make them money, okay? So for example, here we build out landing pages for the clients. Our setup was going pretty nuts. We implement a setup for the business. So this is on the 13th. This is 2 book calls here. The 14th, 2 book calls, 14th, another book call, another book call, another book call. So in the space of like, I don't know, an hour, our setup for the client was booking 6 calls. And when the client can see this, and when you have it all dialed in, they're going to pay you big money because you're solving big money problems. You need to solve rich people problems, and you need to solve problems that others can't do. It's annoying, it's frustrating, it will hurt, but this is how you're going to get paid a lot of money. Again, with the opt-ins, we can track all of the opt-ins that our leads are coming in. So we have their phone number, we have their email that we're going to retarget in email campaigns. Okay, so we can see all the opt-ins coming in from the actual client. Okay, this is super powerful. This is super important because, like I said, you own all of the data. You own data assets for the client. So it's very difficult for them to leave you. Then going into the last phase, it's scaling and team management, right? So not only are we doing the optimization, not only are we doing the content infrastructure, not only are we doing the conversion mechanisms, we're scaling and managing teams for the client. So this is me on a call with one of our setters. I was just going over a few like DM conversations that he was having, managing the whole infrastructure, and then obviously scaling with ads as well, being able to see the ad spend, revenue generated, cash collected, etc. Right? And when you can release teams, skills, insight, expertise into these businesses, you're going to get paid a lot of money, as you can see here. 30 cash months, right? 16k weeks, just 3k deals, fucking pretty much every single 4 days or so. 14k deals, etc. Right? It's absolutely crazy, but businesses are only reacting now to good services. Okay? If you aren't selling a great service nowadays, you're not going to be able to do this kind of shit. Okay, I'm flashing lifestyle a little bit at you, but I just want to reiterate the point that you cannot afford to go into, especially this market, which is, you know, there's a lot of people in the market, and sell services that don't look like this anymore. When you don't actually provide a ton of value, when you're not solving difficult problems, when you can't generate 20, 30, 40k for the client, meaning you can't charge them again. Right, and especially, like I said, especially in this market where you're competing against technology at this point. You're not just competing against the oversaturation of everybody trying to sell the same service as you, but you're competing against like technology. You're competing against shit that's just like completely automated and so cheap, right? So if you want to be expensive as an agency owner, you know, charge 3 to 7k and take rev share, you need to deliver expensive shit. right? And this is essentially the framework of how you kind of do it. Obviously a little bit simplified, but you get the point, right? And when you can do this, like I said, you can close 5-figure a month deals, you can close 3K deals, you can close 2.5K with 20% revenue deals in a single day. Okay, so this is super, super important, and this is the offer that's going to allow you essentially just do it full growth offer. So all the way from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4, a couple more steps as well. That's going to allow you to make your clients worth 5 figures a month and also 6 figures per year. And you don't need to go and sign a ton of new clients all the time, which was a huge revelation for my business, because the one client is worth so much money, but it only comes when you can actually deliver amazing, amazing value. Okay. Now, if you want to do this, and if you want me to just kind of like build this for you, then you can book a call one-on-one below. But other than that, join the free school community where I run through this growth model and why the traditional agency model doesn't work anymore and how you can pivot towards start doing this. So that's a completely free school community that you can join. But like I said, if you want to get rocking one-on-one and scale guaranteed, then you can book a one-on-one call. But other than that, I just think this is really sick, and I just wanted to make a video about it. So yeah, I appreciate it, and we'll talk very, very soon. Have a good one.